Hello, Dr. Wang and Dr. Pham. Will over here with your monthly report of progress for both projects and websites, Lake Jackson and New Smiles. We're going to start with Lake Jackson just because this one is a lot more stable now and, just to go quicker, and then we'll proceed with New Smiles. So just to let you know, over here for Dentist Lake Jackson, which is the keyword with the most traffic right now, we're already acquiring almost 50%, a little bit over 50% of all the available clicks for the area. And normally we're number one here today, which is April 4th. You're number two, but normally you're number one. I've been checking, or my team has been checking almost daily, and it's been pretty stable now in between number one and number two. Those are the most two important positions because Google is making this 3-pack a 2-pack, meaning it's only going to have 2 listings in the future. So right now this is great that it's on second place and most of the time on first place. Now let me show you a little bit of metrics here for Lake Jackson. Here we go. So as you can see, it's a lot more stable now. All the rankings over here on the top are becoming more stable. They're going higher. They're becoming tighter. This is what we want to see with a really good SEO strategy over time. Become really strong and become very stable. As you can see, Dentist in Angleton, Texas, right now it's on second page, number 18. And that one was flaky, was dancing around, and now it's increasing. And it should become more stable over time too. Normally when we go for keywords that are outside your area, and I like that keyword because it has good traffic and it's really a dedicated keyword, and I just wanted to add it to the plan because you're gonna get some probable calls and customers from there. And now that the website is getting some really good power and authority on the search engines, now it's picking it up and it's seeing you as more authoritative, which is great. So this is Lake Jackson. Now we're gonna move on to show you some of the work we've done for Lake Jackson. So these are the business listings we've made. Most of them are live now, which is great, and I'm gonna provide you with this file, of course. There's just a comment here that came in from Google, and Google says, this is what my team wrote. It says, Google has notified us that syncing up your photos with our system needs supports and assistance. So what that means is that for the Google listing right here, we recommend that you have no more than 100 pictures. Right now there's more than 100 pictures on the listing, and I took out a couple that weren't very good as far as a business photo. I think there were a couple of dining in a restaurant and whatnot, and I mean it's great, but if we were to keep it under 100, it would be a lot better because it can sync with other systems as well. Right now you have 136 pictures on there. So that is optional. It's really not going to affect your rankings that much. It's just going to allow our system to sync your Google profile from Google Maps and Google Plus to other systems so it can share the pictures with all these networks, because right now it can't sync it because most of these networks only take 100 photos. And again, this is optional. We don't need to do it if you don't want to, but if we did, it would probably benefit you on searches that appear on all these other networks. Facebook is okay. Facebook will take hundreds of photos, and Google Plus will too, and your Google listing. However, a lot of these listings right here won't do it. So that's a syncing issue. The new thing we did for you over this month is to give your listings even more stability and power, is that we built what I've been telling you about, which is called citations. So these citations are map pointers that we built by hand. It takes, it can take anywhere from 10 minutes to an hour to build each one. And we've built all of these ones that really give power to your listing and a lot of stability. This is a very good SEO technique for local SEO and maps, and we've built so far 331 citations. So that's making your listing really stable for Lake Jackson, and it should really just be a number one always. I'm surprised that today it's a number two. We've been checking daily, it's been a number one, and today I'm making the report and it's a number two. However, your rankings are becoming very, very stable and becoming stronger and stronger and stronger, definitely, than your competitors. So that's great, and I'm going to provide you with this file as well. And next we're going to move on to new smiles. All right. So let's talk about new smiles. So for new smiles, right now we're making great progress, but we're not on the top 3 of the maps yet. Houston is very, very competitive, and we're working very hard at it. And I'm going to show you some of the work we've done and what's happening as far as some metrics. So right now the website, it's pretty clean. We fixed a bunch of stuff for you on the site, as you've seen in past reports. What we want to do next with this website is that under this map, you know how we built all that content on Lake Jackson? Just let me show you again. And I told you that content is temporary, and it really is. We can take it out later. Right now, I want to achieve a little bit more stability, but this content that we put down here really helped us big time to achieve stability and really high rankings. We need to do the same here for new smiles. So we're going to create some content and put it down here under the map where most visitors don't even really look or go. This is more for the search engines. And number 2, right now Google Maps is really looking at Yelp as well, and the number of reviews on Yelp. And you only have 2 reviews on Yelp right now. So we really need to increase the Yelp reviews. So if you have a email list of your clients, that would be great if you could provide it to me so that my team can upload it to the Yelp system, and the Yelp system will ask for reviews so that they can go in and write reviews, because with just 2 reviews, it's a little bit weak right now. And Google more than ever is looking not only at the reviews that you get on Google in Google Maps, that's one thing, but the reviews that you're getting on other systems. This is the primary reason why some listings that you will see on Google Maps have 0 reviews, 1 review, 2 reviews, 4 reviews, and can't be higher than you. And the reason is that they have a lot of reviews on other networks. So this is one of the Google updates that have happened, where Google is really looking at other networks and what people are saying about you on other networks, and it takes that into account very, very heavily. So we need to build this review. So if you have an email list for new smiles, please provide it to us so that we can get those reviews built up for you. All right, so that's that. And the next thing we did per your request was on dental implants. We included some pictures. We made everything very fast loading for mobile phones. We included the before after pictures, so those are already on here. And it was requested to not do it as a slider but put the images there, so those are done. Now let's move on to some metrics for new smiles. So the first thing I want to show you is we created the listings just like we did with Lake Jackson for new smiles. And again, the same thing here. We have 108 pictures for Google My Business and Google Plus. So if we can get it to 100, just take 8 out, it would sync with the other ones. Again, this is something that is completely optional. If you don't want to do it, that's perfectly fine. And there's just one listing that's still processing. It's a credibility review site. And then this one will not be available for a dentist listing. All the rest of them are now live. We worked as fast as we could to get this up and running and live for you. So this is great. This is really going to help the maps. These are all business directory listings. I'm going to provide you with a copy of this file. And the next thing we're going to do for new smiles is the same we did for Lake Jackson. We're going to make those citations. Those are going to start being worked on this month. Those do take a lot of work and a lot of time. I've instructed my team, as you gave me a call and you told me you wanted to accelerate this as much as possible. And this is exactly what we're doing. We are accelerating this as much as we can. And again, Houston is very competitive, and those citations will get built over this month. And on the next report, you're going to get that file with all the citations we actually built. So let's go ahead and look at some work progress that we've done for you. So as you can see here, these are the referring domains and referring pages. Basically what this means is that referring domains is other websites that are talking about you. So this is what we've been working on, and as you can see, it's just skyrocketing because we're really doing a lot of work for you on that. And then the referring pages, those are pages inside those websites. We had a little dip here because, you know, a lot of websites go through an approval process, and then it has been increasing since. So as you can see, when the work is done, and this is actually Google already seeing this websites and links out there. This is not an internal report from us. This is actually what Google already sees, because remember, when we build something, Google takes a little bit to see it. So the next report I want to show you is the number of keywords you're picking up. So you had almost no keywords, then picking up keywords, and then right now it's skyrocketing. So you're over 150 different keywords that now your website qualifies for. Of course, those keywords are not on first page yet. Some of them are, and I'm going to show you which ones there are, but the ones we're really going for are already indexed, meaning Google already qualifies you for those keywords, and what we're doing right now is pushing them up. Next, I'm going to show you some rankings, what's going on with New Smiles right now. So these are some of the keywords that are the highest right now, and this is exactly what we want to see, because right now your website is up and coming. The website had no power. It had a DA of 1. I don't know if you remember when we did the first analysis of the website. Lick Jackson had a little bit of power. New Smiles had absolutely no power. So we're building all that power. So these are some of the keywords that you're already ranking for, and the rank that is in, which is great. We're increasing. And I want to show you this report as well over here. Very good. All right. Let me see if I can make it a little bigger so you can see it on your screen. There we go. Okay. So these are some of the keywords you're also ranking for in position. And as you can see, you know, the distribution has really been increasing. And these two lines are very important. So the blue line is organic traffic. This is as a result of SEO, including search engine traffic and Google Maps and anything that comes without paying. And then this orange line is paid ads. So as you can see, you were doing some paid ads, then the paid ads dropped pretty much completely. Maybe there's a little bit here. I'm not sure if you're doing any paid ads, and if you are, it's really not that substantial. But as you can see, your organic traffic is on the uptrend, and it's stable. It's just going up. This little dip here is normal. That's called the Google dance. It happens here and there, and it's going to keep happening as I send you reports. We will see some dips. But generally, it's going to be an uptrend. So it's going to be always going up. So that's very exciting. And I want to show you the work schedule that we have. So, you know, Yelp, we need more reviews, of course. We will include more content under the map, just like we did in Lake Jackson. And then we're going to build the citations for you this month. So some of the keywords I want to show you. So for example, you know, that are already ranking. So affordable braces in Houston. You're not on the maps yet. We need to start building those Yelp reviews, and you know, the business listings that we just did for you are going to help a lot to get that up here, and also the citations will really push it up. But you're down here, so you're in position. These are organic positions. There's 10 of them total. So you're in position 5, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're in position 5 already, right here. So, and that is for affordable braces in Houston. And one of the keywords that you're ranking for is braces cost Houston, which actually has really good traffic because people are looking at the cost of braces. And for that one, you are down here. So you're in position 9. This is position 10. These are ads down here. So if we count them one by one, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So position 9 for this keyword. And this is a great sign that Google is picking you up and it's ranking you already. And the next step is the maps are going to get pushed up. Again, we're doing everything we can to push you as much as possible, as quick as possible. We don't want to raise any red flags with Google. We are also being very careful with that because it can be detrimental if someone is doing work for you that they don't know what they're doing. So we're being, on the one side, very responsive and doing all the work we can to get you there as fast as possible. And on the other hand, we're being very careful to not raise any red flags or get anything negative going. We're on the fine line, and we understand that, and we're being very careful with it. So that's what I have right now for you. Again, the recommendation is to build those Yelp reviews as fast as we can. And because 2 reviews is really nothing, even if we get this month 5 to 10 reviews, that's going to help tremendously, not only inside Yelp but on the search engines, and also it's going to help your Google Maps because Google is going to see that data from other networks. All right, well, that's all I have for you, and I'm going to provide you with the link to all the files that I showed you on this presentation. If you want to go and check out the links and check all the work we did, you can. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.